Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. We are here in a different capacity than we have been ever before. I have been on a very long and deep spiritual journey, and I have learned how to read tarot. It's been my main source of divination, I guess. My main tool of divination has been tarot cards and oracle cards, and I want to share that with people. I want to start doing collective readings every Friday. I'm hoping to post new readings about the weekend and then the week ahead. So technically the reading would be from Friday to Friday. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. I've already meditated and kind of wrote a couple of things down that were coming up as I was, breathing and meditating and connecting and all that. And if this reading at all resonates with you, please let me know. Leave a comment down below, like the video, share it with whoever you think needs to hear it. And I am very, very thankful to be here today and to be able to channel this message clearly for whoever it is that that watches the video. And please introduce yourself down below. I would love to meet you and find out what resonated with you, so that we can continue and hopefully build a community here on this channel. So I am going to just give myself a second to get into the zone, get the vibes right, and then we will begin. This table's a bit wobbly, but it's fine. I just have to be a bit gentle. Okay. Starting off strong here. Crystals around here. So the first card that came out here was the Lover's card. And then we have the Strength card, and then we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. Set a quick timer because my camera stops recording at like 25 minutes, and I don't want to miss anything. Okay, so really what's coming up a lot for me and what I channeled earlier and in the cards is I'm seeing like just new beginnings and finding like your inner strength. And I want to, you know, also be clear and be open that this is a message for the collective, and I am a part of that collective. So I definitely see these cards resonating with me and just the space that I'm in right now. But so the first card that came up here was the Lover's card. And we also got underneath it, we have the Three of Swords. We have the Three of Swords, and we have the Lover's card. That to me is looking like some heart healing, some heart chakra situations, feeling our feelings, coming into union with both of our energies, our divine masculine and our divine feminine, which is really just another way that I like to think about this is the divine feminine is the divine, the energy that receives, being open to receiving your connection to the divine, whereas your masculine energy is more of a grounded energy, and it has to do with action and movement and doing. And I honestly almost want to say that I feel like, and I actually wrote this down too, that I feel like there may be a lot of us who are very stressed out right now. Maybe with the, and I'm seeing it specifically with like the work that we do. It could also be home and people who have children. But I'm feeling that some of us need to take a break. Some of us need to take a second and just take a step back, and just reassess our lives and maybe do some healing, let yourself feel your feelings, because sometimes, you know, we're working so much and we're doing so much, we don't give ourselves space to feel anything, or to process, you know, how is life going? Where, you know, am I happy here? Are we moving in the right direction? So we need to take that time and that space to really do that and just reflect and evaluate on our lives and allow ourselves to feel our feelings in order for us to kind of move forward more efficiently. I also got the Emperor card here, and I feel like that is what that was pointing to. The Emperor card is the divine masculine, so it is that structure, that that action, that constant movement, and I feel like that energy is going to be present this week, as it always is. Obviously we all work in some way, shape, or form, so yeah, that energy is there, but maybe trying to balance that out a little bit, you know, with our self-care routine, you know, just taking time out for yourself, to do the things that you enjoy doing, to rest, to reflect, and just to feel your feelings and your emotions and make sure that you're okay, you know, because I feel like sometimes we're just constantly doing, and then we don't even realize how stressed out we are. We don't realize that we're actually sad or angry or upset about something. Like, we don't give ourselves the time and the space to feel our feelings because we're constantly just moving. Yeah, so I'm feeling, one of the things that I wrote down was grounding our energy is going to be important this week. Grounding in love specifically, and in self-worth, and in self-respect in terms of your boundaries. You know, and boundaries are there to protect ourselves, to protect our energy. So if you have them, or if you don't, like, create them and then be firm with them, you know, because sometimes we create these boundaries, but we're very lax and we're very flexible, and, you know, we create one boundary, but then, you know, we let people cross those lines, and we give people, you know, opportunity to just invade our space in a way that isn't good for us, that we're not really looking for. Yeah, and then I have this energy of like needing to take a break, and also realizing that that time that you spend in rest and reflection is just as valuable as the time that you spend working and doing things. I know that for me has come up recently. I feel like I'm always kind of like trying to do something, you know, and that attaches back to like the way I feel about myself and my self-worth, right? Because I feel like if I'm not doing something productive or working on some sort of project or whatever it is, then I tend to feel less than, I tend to feel unworthy. And that's just the society that we live in that has conditioned us to kind of move and go and to not see rest as something that is valuable and that should be a part of our lives. And then I also wrote down something that came through was that rest is essentially a channel to bring in more of like this masculine energy of like the rest, not the rest, but the action energy that we need, to create the things that we want to create, to go to work every day, to, do what the things that we want to do on this earth. So rest is important. And when you rest, it just makes space for you to receive more of that action energy, that movement energy, which is wonderful. And I think it's something that we all want. Very interesting. So in our contraction column, which is the center column, just in general, we have a lot of major cards here, but in our contraction column, we have the strength column. So that to me says like we need to recognize our own strength. We need to see how valuable we are, how strong we are, how we're able to rebuild when something falls apart. And also a bravery, right? It's that bravery of, well, this is interesting actually. So we have the strength card, which is the one that I'm talking about, is the bravery of you facing your fears, facing yourself, making decisions bravely, because under that we have the Wheel of Fortune. So that to me tells me that things are shifting, things are changing. And do we feel like we're strong enough to step into this new world or this change or whatever it is that's happening? Or are we resisting it? It's in the contraction column, so we may be a little resistant to, whatever shifts is happening in our lives, but, we need to know that we are firm and that we have to have some sort of trust in ourselves and in our skills and in the things that we've learned and how we, and how that moves with us and how we can use that, the lessons that we learned and everything like that to build something stronger, to build something new. And then right underneath that we have the Fool card, and the Fool is both of those things essentially put together. It's the strength of, in the bravery of taking a leap of faith. And also for me, it also means to flow. Like if you're being called to do something, if there's something that you've been putting off for a long time, it could be a project or it could be a break. It could be a vacation. It could be a solo trip I'm seeing, to the beach, to some island somewhere. If that's something that you want to do, like do it, go for it. Like that is a part of the new world that we're all kind of waking up after, all the stuff that happened last year and the pandemic and the racism that just, that really triggered us all. Like I think we're all being called to kind of like take a break and reassess the lives that we're living and the values that we have, really. So if you're being called to do anything like that, like I would say go for it. Our invitations now, first here we have the Seven of Swords, which whenever I see this card, it usually means like you have everything that you need with you, and yet he's still looking back at like those two swords that he left behind, like trying to see like, oh, do I need those? Like, should I go back and should I get them? And it's like, no, you have everything you need. Your hands are actually full. You are ready to, embark and enter this, whatever it is that's coming into your life. Like you're ready to receive that. You can't keep looking back. It's almost like what I'm seeing right now is us standing in a doorway, and we're kind of like we're not looking through the door, we're looking kind of like back behind us instead of looking forward and looking at the new possibilities and the new things that could be coming in. This is really resonating with me right now, so I hope it's resonating with anyone else who's watching. We also have the Eight of Cups, which for me literally means change, walking away from something that is no longer serving us. And I think, and that was right next to the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is that heart healing that I was talking about. It's that some of us could potentially be triggered at the moment. We are in a Cancer season, and tonight is the, I believe, the new moon in Cancer. So we could be having a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, and we need space to be able to feel those in order for us to release them, because things, emotions and triggers and traumas come up for us to be able to see them. And once we see them, we have to actively and intentionally release that energy from us. So I'm seeing that, you know, this kind of fortune is turning in that way. And I feel like that's what's, you know, if we are feeling emotional this week, it's for that purpose, is to kind of shift and change your fortune. And then being brave enough to walk away from whatever it is that is no longer serving you, that is triggering to you, that is going to cause you more trauma in the long run. Like, being brave enough to walk away from those things. And this card I was seeing before when I was channeling, and I wrote down reciprocity. Are your relationships reciprocal? Because it can be draining if they're not. This card is the Six of Pentacles, and it usually for me represents the balance between giving and receiving. So that's why I mean this reciprocity. And I think this card can be a bit deceiving, because, you know, it's pentacles, so I think we think about like money, like, oh, I have to balance my money, the way I'm spending my money, or that's how I used to interpret it when I first started reading tarot. But now I kind of see this card in more of a general sense of like energy, like where are you in your relationships and your friendships and your, you know, in your work life, in your family life, and whatever, you know, circles that you're in. We have to make sure that our relationships are reciprocal. Because, I mean, I think we all know this, like if you can't give from an empty cup. So whoever you're spending your time with, whatever it is that you're spending time with, we have to make sure that we're getting that same amount of energy back to us, you know, that, and it's an energy exchange. So that could be in money. So it's like we work, we put in our time, we put in our energy, and then we get repaid monetarily, and that is an energy exchange that's happening right there. But as we all know, some of that energy exchange is not always fully reciprocal. It doesn't always give us everything that we need, either monetarily or emotionally or whatever. It just doesn't give us what we need. So I really feel like we are being called to like assess. And in the background here we have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords for me is straight up logical, clear-headed thinking. And I think this is, and I see this as also kind of like detached from your emotions a little bit, like just think things through logically. Like, is this working for me? How is this going to play out in the next 3 to 5 years of my life? Like, am I going to be happy, you know, if I continue on this path? You know, what is it that is coming? And in the top of the deck we have the World card. So that to me is just confirmation that yes, we are walking into something new. A lot of us are, I feel like, are at that point, are right here. Like this is kind of like the doorway that I was talking about. Like a lot of us are right there, yet we keep looking back instead of moving forward with something. And this is me too, like for real. Yes, I keep looking back. I keep saying like, man, like, should I have done this? Should I have done that? Should I have like taken these classes earlier? I should have, you know, been working more. I should have. And it's like, no, we are exactly where we need to be. We are exactly where we need to be. There is nothing more that you need. There is nothing that you could have, should have, would have, whatever done. You know, we are where we are, and that's okay. It's okay to be here. We just have to be brave enough to move through that door and to walk into a better space, to walk into a space that's more aligned with us, that's more aligned with our needs. It's going to give us the reciprocity that we need, the actual energy exchange that we need, so we're not constantly giving and giving and giving and giving, and at the end of the day feeling empty. Okay, so that was that for our tarot reading. I'm just going to pull now from the Prism Oracle. This is one of my favorite, well, it's the only oracle deck that I have, but it's my favorite. I love it. I love it. I'm just shuffling here. Asking our spirit guides, benevolent ancestors, and angels what the energy is looking like. I was seeing a lot of red and orange here, so that is like your root and your sacral chakra. So, and I think that very well connects to what we were talking about before. You know, your root chakra is like your safety and security. So that definitely has to do with our jobs. That definitely has to do with our jobs, so how we provide with ourselves. Do we feel like we can provide for ourselves? I know I definitely have to do some root chakra work on myself to make, you know, just to allow myself to feel like I am capable of creating and supporting myself in some way. You know, and in my way, right? So it's not always like in the way that like society says that we should. Let's see. We have a couple of these cards. I'm feeling like 6. That's the number that popped up into my head. Alright, yeah, okay. So the first card that came out here was, the first card that came up here was peace. And I wrote down something about peace here earlier when I was meditating, and it's really, what I'm getting is that what we were talking about earlier about needing to take a break, about needing to reassess our lives, about, you know, where we want to be in 3 to 5 years. I don't know why that keeps coming up, like 3 to 5 years, so maybe we should be making, you know, 3 to 5 year plans here. And seeing if we're on track with that, you know, kind of like write down where you want to be and then backtrack and be like, where, you know, am I on track? Am I aligned with that? And what I'm getting also is like, we need to not focus on the what or the how. So like the what you want, whether it's you want the big house and you want this and you want that and you want to be able to travel, don't focus on that, but focus on the energy that will bring you. So it's like for me, when I talk about, you know, I want a home, I want a farm, I want space, I want outdoor space, I want plants, I want to connect with the earth every single day. That energy right there for me is, it's not the what, it's not really the house that I want. What I want is the peace. What I want is the peace. And also, you know, we all want to manifest money, but it's like, it's not really the money that we're looking for. It's the peace that it brings. It's the comfort that it brings. It's the luxury that it brings. It's the thing that's going to just allow us to live more peaceful, stress-free lives and be able to do the things that we want to do when we want to do them. and to labor out of a place of love rather than a place of necessity and survival, right? Because I don't want that kind of labor. I don't want to labor out of necessity. That shit is stressful as fuck, and that's what we're all doing right now. Yeah. This is an interesting card. I've never actually pulled this one out of this deck, but what I got is ideation. And what I'm getting with this one is just what we were talking about, is your vision. What are you working towards? What do you see? Where do you see yourself? And why do you want those things? Is it just because you want them, because you want to post it on Instagram, or is it really, you know, because you want peace and tranquility in your life? And it's not a lot to ask for, and we have to know too that we deserve that peace and tranquility that we're asking for, that we're praying for. We are deserving of those things, of those blessings. They are innate to us. They're not separated from us. These next two cards that I got were intuition and consciousness. So this, for me, is definitely like, you know, in this process of ideation into finding peace. And when I talk about like looking at the energy of something, that is you connecting to your consciousness. That's you broadening your consciousness. That's you connecting to your intuition and allowing your spirit, you know, that's like, I always think about my spirit as like the purest form of me, you know, and then as we live our lives, our spirit kind of gets clouded by society and conditioning and the, you know, the beauty standards, you have to work all the time, you have to be productive, how much money do you make, you know, the value is dependent on those things, and so your spirit kind of becomes clouded with all of that stuff, that, you know, it's real, but it isn't, what am I trying to say? It's real, but it isn't true. You know, you are valuable regardless of what your external world looks like, of what your external anything looks like. You know, like when we die, we're not going to be taking our jobs with us. Like our jobs are going to hire somebody else. You're not taking your money with you. You're not taking your house with you. So what are we cultivating? What are we cultivating? And what I'm getting is experiences, is what we need. We need to allow ourselves to have experiences. We need to allow ourselves to feel joy and to share with other people. Because at the end of the day, people are going to remember your joy. Whether or not you brought them joy, you know? Who wants to remember somebody who is like, you know, a mean person, or like an angry person, or, you know, that didn't, you know, really go out there and hang out with people? And I'm talking about myself right now. You know, it's like that joy that we share with other people is our tether. It's what connects us all on this earth and beyond. I got this card, Disruption, which is another card that I've never pulled before, but what I'm seeing, you know, it's pretty straightforward. Like, I think we need this disruption. We like I was saying about the new experiences, it's almost like we need to disrupt our daily routines. We need to try something new. We need to maybe start our day differently, or end our day differently, or, you know, go about our day differently. Like we need something needs to kind of shift and move. And I'm also seeing that we need to create more space in our lives to receive new things, right? Because it's like when we're always kind of doing the same things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, that's all you have is the same thing. So it's like, how can you kind of disrupt some part of your life, your daily routine, your tasks, and kind of inject some fresh and new energy in there to kind of just open up that space for that new fresh energy to come in, which is gonna fill you up with joy and things like that. And the last card that came up was hunger. And I always see this card as, you know, it's like a hole. So what is it that you're craving? What is it that you need right now? Like we were talking about earlier. Like, I feel like some people need to take breaks. I feel like some people need to go on vacation. I feel like some people need to be brave and like make a decision and like just jump through that door. Just jump through that doorway and be brave enough to do something new. So it's like, what is it that that we're craving in our lives? What is the truth of what we're craving? And this is also connects back to the energy that we were talking about. So don't focus so much on the what and the how, but on the why and the feeling behind it. So what is that house going to make you feel? Or what is this new money going to make you feel? What is this new car going to make you feel? You know, rather than focusing on the thing, focus on the why. Because we see people with money all the time. They spent, you know, they have this big house, they have all of these cars, and most of us are looking at them like, why do you need so many cars? You know, and, you know, some people, maybe it's a, you know, it's a thing for them. Maybe they have their reasons as to why. Definitely not judging, but like, you know, if you just can buy one car, why do you want that one car? Like, what is that going to allow you to do? Are you going to, you know, take more drives? Like, is it going to allow you to explore more, to experience more things? Like, think about that as opposed to the material thing. Because at the end of the day, that feeling is what's going to last. The car may not, the house may not, the money may not, but that feeling, that energy is what we need to create. And when we create that energy, when we learn to embody that energy, that's when we invite more of that energy. But that energy can also be manifested into more things, right? So it's like, if I embody this energy of abundance and, you know, financial prosperity, of wealth, and I achieve that, right? And I show and I'm grateful for it every single day, then the universe is going to continuously give me more of the energy that I am. That's essentially what manifesting is you create what you are. You hear me? You create what you are. You bring in, you call in what you are. And I think a lot of us don't really have the time to think that deeply. And that's why I think it's important for us to kind of feel our feelings and to really gauge, like, okay, what am I feeling right now and where am I at? Because that is the place you are creating from. So if you right now are in a place of fear, which I low-key am right now, I right now may be creating from a place of fear rather than a place of like abundance and love and like joy, right? Because if I'm creating from a place of love and abundance of joy, I might choose to go on vacation. I might choose to, you know, take my, you know, put in my time from work and take that trip that I've been wanting to take, or do the self-care that I've been wanting to do, because I know my worth and I know that I deserve those things and I know that I need those things because I'm connected with my emotions, rather than subconsciously just being afraid and being like, no, I can't take this vacation even though I really need it. Like, I'm really stressed out. Like, I need to make this money. Like, I need to, which is the energy, complete energy that I was in yesterday and for the past couple of weeks, was that rushing energy. And it's like, it's not, I don't want to create from that place. I don't want to create from a place of fear, because when I create from a place of fear, what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be attracting is more things to make me afraid. So I may be blocking my blessings. I might not get that job that I want because I'm over here afraid. I might not get that opportunity that I want. I may not be able to get that car that I want because I'm afraid. You see? I hope that made sense. Yeah. So now I'm going to pull some some more tarot. These are only the major cards of my Angel Tarot deck. I just like pulling from here because they're very like short and sweet, incredible messages that we can all take with us and just remember throughout our week, to kind of just, you know, keep the energy clear, keep us connected to, you know, the message that we received today. And let's see what our angels, spirit guides, and ancestors want us to hear right now. I think that was it. Yeah. That was it. We got the World card again, and we got the Emperor card again, and then we have the Justice card. So let's start with, I kind of want to start with the Emperor. So I'm just going to read straight out of the book, because I don't have these paragraphs memorized. Okay, so the meaning of the Emperor, so in this deck he is known as the Angel of Wisdom. So the meaning is the Angel of Wisdom represents authority and often brings career change or improvement, such as a promotion. More generally, he signifies order, reassuring that your problems will be solved. He protects those he is responsible for. So the card can show you that you have people on your side. The Angel of Wisdom can also represent a male partner in a reading. So yeah, that's exactly what we've been talking about, you know, careers and us, you know, maybe wanting to improve our jobs or our career, and that, you know, could make us, you know, that could mean switching, you know, changing your jobs, changing what you do, just adjusting your day. But that's why I think it's, once again, if this reading is resonating with you, and you feel like you need a break, like you need to, you know, think it over, then I think that's also your sign to do so, to really assess where you're going. But I think the thing is also with the Emperor is the Emperor can sometimes be too stuck and too fixed in you know, his situation. So it's important for us to also tap into that divine feminine energy of receiving, and, you know, allowing yourself to receive, whether that's, you know, allowing yourself to receive that extra time you need for yourself or whatever it is. The angel message is, it's time to take the lead. Assert your authority and focus on getting organized at work and at home. And then the power affirmation is, I am strong, stable, and in control of my life. I am strong, stable, and in control of my life. You are the emperor of your life. You make the decisions. If you need that break, then you take that break. Because it's your life. It's not just about working. It's not just about constantly putting out energy. It's about also knowing when you need to chill out. When you need to just allow yourself to just be. Let's see the World card, because we got that one twice too. So there's an important message there. Okay. So the meaning of the World card, she is the Angel of Success. Let me show you. Angel of Success. The Angel of Success brings you completion and fulfillment. Your relationships, knowledge, and work achievements are honored through gifts or celebrations, parties, ceremonies, or other social events that make you feel valued. The card also shows that you are attracting security and money while following your path. Within this happy card is the seed of a new idea, journey, or spiritual path, and the opening of infinite possibilities for the future. You see that? And that's the energy that we all need to be tapping into, is the energy of the new. Like, we have the Strength card, that is the bravery of how are you gonna walk into this new space. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which is like, I honestly want to say right now, what's coming through is you're in control of that wheel. You're in control, and you control it by the decisions that you make, by the choices that you make. So are you going to choose to rest in order to allow yourself to receive the clarity you need and move forward more efficiently, not just be productive and do more, but move efficiently, like with less missteps and hopefully mistakes, so that we can arrive at this new place and at this new world with less battle scars. Our angel message is enjoy your achievements and look ahead to your next goals. It's time for new and exciting beginnings. What have I been saying? We need to be brave, and we need to create from the space that is beyond our limitations, not the space that is our limitations, because then all we're going to be doing is creating more limitations, or creating more opportunities that are still bound by those limitations, rather than expanding. And our power affirmation is, I am blessed with health, wealth, and love. Very simple. Health, wealth, and love. I am blessed with health, wealth, and love. Beautiful. And last but not least, we have the Justice card, or the Angel of Integrity. I love the Justice card because I'm a Libra. So this is like Libra energy, the scales, the balance. And also, this was at the bottom of the deck, balance. So confirmation there. So the Angel of Integrity can indicate a legal decision that you will get to see the truth of a matter another way. If you deserve justice, you will have it. If you don't, you may be called to account for your actions. Equally, the card may show you that someone close to you is guilty of hypocrisy or has tried to discredit or mislead you. And if so, that person will be exposed. It also indicates that you should give fair attention to your work-life balance. Oh my goodness, I wrote that down. Where was it? Listen, I just surprised myself, okay? I wrote that down. I wrote that down. Yeah, there it is. Balance, work-life balance. Take a break if you need one. Yeah, I don't really like this meaning of the Justice card, except for that last part about work-life balance. But for me, what I also see in the Justice card is it is that kind of karmic energy of you getting what you deserve. So that's what they were talking about, of like, if you deserve good things, then you will get good things. But if you got that bad karma, then you might have to atone for those. But for me, it's always that, just getting what you deserve. So it's like, if you've been working, maybe you deserve some time off. Maybe you deserve a little self-care. Maybe you deserve some delicious food. I don't know why I'm seeing right now like brunch, like Eggs Benedict. Maybe you need to go on brunch with your friends. The angel message is, fairness and truth are important to you now. Seek the answers you need and accept the facts. And that just reminds me back to this King of Swords energy. It was very just logical thinking. So, excuse me. That is you seeing the truth for what it is, and not, really casting judgment on it. Just being logical and just seeing what's in front of you and saying like, okay, this shit is not making me happy and it's actually very draining. Like, let me take a break. Let me step back and reassess, or just take this break so that I can, just reignite my energy, just refill my cup. And then the power affirmation is, I have a balanced outlook and treat others fairly. Also not my favorite affirmation for this card. Like I said, the Justice card is one of my favorite cards, so yeah. But that is what I'm getting from the Justice card, is you just getting what you deserve. You deserve the world, you won't have the world. If you deserve a break, you better take that break. If you deserve some money, you won't get that money too, but you have to be prepared energetically to receive. and open yourself up to receive, and not always think that like doing and doing and doing and doing is going to get you anywhere but drain you. So that is the reading. I just want to say thank you to our spirit guides and my spirit guides, my benevolent ancestors, your benevolent ancestors, our benevolent angels, and other masters, teachers, and mysteries that have allowed me to clearly channel this message for you today. I'm very happy with how this went. For it to be my first time, I'm going to be posting this on YouTube, I think. I don't know if I'll be putting it on Instagram. I might. I haven't decided yet. But if this reading resonated with you, please let me know. Comment. Let me know how you felt about it. Let's start a conversation. You know, I actually just thought I am going to put this on Instagram because I kind of feel like it's easier to have conversations on Instagram. So follow me at Soul Alignment on Instagram. I'll link it in the description box, and let's start a conversation. Like, let me know what resonated with you. How are you feeling about the reading? Did I trigger you? Are you like, oh shit, yes, I need a break. I deserve one. I am worthy of one. I am worthy of the abundance. I am abundant. Like, let me know what, you know, where your energy is at and how helpful or not this was for you. And nothing. Yeah, we're done. I want to once again express gratitude to Spirit and the energy that allowed me to channel this message. I'm very happy right now, and I haven't been happy in a while. Not in a while, in like a month and a half. So this is very good for me. I feel good about this. This reading definitely resonated with me. So please follow me on Instagram. I'm not sure how this is going to go or what I'm going to do. I don't know if I want to do daily polls or how I want to do it, but I'm going to be doing some sort of just energy check-ins throughout the week on my Instagram. So please follow me there. And, you know, subscribe to my channel for more messages. I plan on posting every Friday. Yeah. Have an amazing week. God bless. May the universe bestow all of the blessings, peace, the tranquility, and the clarity that all of you need and are asking for at this time. Thank you.